More details now coming in. Evidence of the breaking of the cable bridge. Now, the cable of the bridge was broken. Times now tracking how the tragedy really unfolded. The cable broke, and this was near the Durbar Citadel, and the cable broke. That's the reason for the tragic incident to take place. As we piece together what exactly happened, how did the tragedy unfold, who is responsible for it? Now, details coming in of a cable that broke that led to this tragedy. Aishwarya, these are the exclusive details coming in. Of course, the investigations are going on. Preliminary details now coming in. The details suggesting that there was a, due to, of course, the fact that the bridge was overcrowded, more than the capacity of the bridge, the number of people on it were much, much higher, which is why the cable broke off.
Remember, in this contract copy between the civic body and the manufacturing company clearly has stated that only 100 people can be at one point of time be on that particular bridge. But as far as the eyewitnesses are concerned, and the visuals are suggesting that it was more than 300 to 400 people at one point of time they were on bridge, and therefore the reason perhaps on the side of Darbargarh the load increased and the entire bridge collapsed, to which people fell into the river, and they were injured, and many were feared death at the time of the bridge collapse. But this is also as far as the investigation is concerned, the FSL team reached at the spot and took few of the cable samples from the Darbargarh side of that particular bridge, and they will be analyzing that whether those cables who were at the time of the repairing of that particular bridge was used freshly, or it was the earlier cables. Because remember, in March when the contract was given, it was said in the contract that all the maintenance work will be done, and few cables which are very, very old will be replaced to the new ones. Now, whether these cables where the bridge collapsed were the old cables, or whether it was the newly changed cables by the company, private firm which was dealing in this maintenance work was changed or not. So certainly within 5 months, when the bridge opened without any permission of the civic body, without taking any fitness certificate, all of these checks are being done by the civic body, and certainly what now the investigation is suggesting is that this particular side cable first broke, and then the entire bridge collapsed, the Darbargarh side of this bridge, and therefore the reason the FSL have taken some of the samples by cutting these cables, and they will be further research will be investigating on whether these cables were fresh and will have been changed by this company, or it was the old one.
Absolutely. And, based on the agreement that Times Now has access as well, the contract that was given, like you were mentioning, Aishwarya, is of 8 to 12 months. That was the time period that had been given to the company to complete the renovation work. But it was opened up in just about 5 months, which means that the company seemed to be in a hurry, because even the fitness certificate had not been obtained to ensure that the capacity of the bridge is tested. That testing had also not been done. So there are several lapses on part of the company. Of course, questions also being raised on the administration, because the bridge had been opened up to the public over the last few days.
That's right. In March this year, the contract was given, and it was estimated that it will take almost 12 to 13 months for the entire maintenance of that bridge. And then only after fitness certificate or the NOC from the civic body, the bridge will be opened. But nothing that sort of timeline was followed. In fact, just in 5 months, on 26th of October, on the day of New Year of Gujarat, it was opened, and this was the first Sunday, remember, after the New Year. A lot of people came in at the bridge, and it was overloaded. 300 to 400 people were there on that bridge, but the load capacity was just about 100, and therefore the reason the questions are being raised raised that what was the hurry of opening the bridge without taking permission of the civic body just in 5 months. Remember, it was just not the opening of the bridge, but also the tickets were sold of rupees 17 each to the people who were visiting the suspension bridge there, and they were sold, as well to the people. And after only taking the tickets, they were given entry. So why not the cognizance was taken by the municipal civic body over there that without any NOC, without any fitness certificate, without getting any nod, they opened and no cognizance was taken. Why not they stopped in between and came in and stopped those people to go onto the bridge? So several of the questions are being raised on the part of the civic body as well, and they are clearly whitewashing their hands as far as they are blaming the company, and they are clearly stating that responsibility lies in the hands of the officials of Ajanta Manufacturing Limited, who had been given a contract for just not 13 months to maintain the entire bridge, but also for 15 years for the upcoming maintenance, and if any sort of thing will happen, then renovation will also be carried out by Ajanta Manufacturing. This 17 rupees ticket has also its division. Some part will go to the civic body and rest will be taken by the Ajanta Manufacturing Limited. So a brief contract was done, but several violations have been made, and therefore there are questions, and somebody has to be responsible enough to take on this entire blame game, and who will be responsible for the loss of lives of 45 minors, 132 innocent people who died on that bridge is something which will be revealed in the upcoming investigation.
That's right. Aishwarya, in fact, a case has been registered in this regard. The police officials have filed an FIR already. If you can give us the details of that FIR, this company, the outside which, of course, you're standing right there, Ajanta, that has been mentioned in the FIR. But what are the details that the FIR says, and also what are the charges that they have been booked under? Because it's not merely enough to just mention them in the FIR. The people, the victims in the case, deserve justice in the case, which means that action should be taken against those who are responsible for this.
Well, a very shocking thing which have also come into the light as far as the FIR is concerned. We access this FIR and there is no mention about Oreva or Jaisukh Patel, who is the CEO of Ajanta Manufacturing Private Limited. There is no mention about these names, and the police have not identified, in fact, the contractors who were responsible. Of course, 9 people have been detained and they have been named as accused, and they have been taken for further questioning. But what we are hearing from the Deputy Superintendent of Police of Zala is that he clearly stated that it is an act of negligence, and there are several sections of IPC that have been imposed against the people who are responsible. Now, whether these sections will also be imposed against those accused from the municipal civic body or not is something which is remains to be seen. But the staffers, managers, contractors have been
because they
taken
need to
the
be
police
named
custody,
in the FIR as well. Aishwarya, a very important point that you raised there, but do stay on with